Hey everybody, so I'm making another video today. Just stepped outside of my office and again, I just hear that voice inside of me that says press record and make more videos. So thank you for watching. Today, what I want to talk about is how to make more money. I've been a business owner for 8 years now. I've had lots of job interviews. I've interviewed a lot of different people and I've learned a lot of different things along the way. And so I just wanted to share some of these tips and things that I've learned that hopefully add value to you. What I'm going to start doing is making more videos more regularly. And I want to make videos where you don't feel like I'm like selling you something every time, where I don't want to come across as like I'm always trying to pitch you into something. So I'm going to just create videos and things that I've learned in my life that could be of benefit to you. If you want to make more money, whether it's with the current employer that you have, or you want to change jobs and work with a different company in a totally different industry, there's some things that I've learned that I think would be valuable for you to consider. So the first thing that I have you think about if you want to make more money is you really have to spend some time thinking about how your employer makes money. Like, don't just assume, oh, we sell this and so this is how we make money, but like genuinely spend some time, do your homework, and like really go from the transaction, like trace it all the way back to how that's generated and how your employer really makes money. So for example, in my case, I'm an insurance agent. I've hired close to 30 people over the past 8 years, right? And never once have I ever felt like I ever interviewed someone who was totally prepared and actually knew how I made money. Typically, every time it's more of, these are my skills, this is my job experience, this is my schedule, what I can work, and what is it, I'm quick at learning, whatever it is you want me to do. So as a business owner, you don't typically you don't want a robot, right? You don't want to have someone who's just gonna you're just gonna have to tell them how to do every single little thing. So for me, as an example, again, as an insurance agent, there are words and phrases, anyone who does a little bit of research, and we all have access to the internet, and so there's no excuse. You guys very easily could find out how Allstate agents make money, how much money, how it's made, all that kind of information's out there. It's not secret. I'll just tell you in case you're curious. So I make 9% on renewals. The way that an insurance agent makes money is through retention, retaining customers. And every time you make your payment and you renew your policy, the insurance agent gets a little piece of that. So it's 9%. So for simple math, if your auto policy was $100 a month, I know you wish your policy was $100 a month. I wish mine was $100 a month. But for simple math, if your auto policy is $100 a month, I get $9 of that every single month. And Allstate, the company, takes $91 of it. So they're the ones paying out all the claims, paying all the commercials and all this kind of stuff. But I do have to pay my own staff and my own marketing and everything else. My office expenses are all on me, but I have that 9%. So my point is, if somebody came and did a job interview and they even understood about the word retention, renewal, business, like that in and of itself is huge. Like that would make you stand out head and shoulders above anybody else that I've ever interviewed. And yet that's never happened, where someone's actually come interviewed with me with an understanding already, done a little bit of homework, not just assume, oh, you sell insurance. How do you make money? You sell insurance. That's not it. Don't just assume, dig deeper and find out. And so if somebody talked to me about retention, if somebody talked to me about lead generation, marketing, Facebook ads, they're really good with social media and connecting. Like, these are things that are like super valuable, but, typically it's how much do you pay, and this is my schedule, and I worked in this company, so I can do this kind of a job, kind of a thing. So I would have you consider, if you don't have a really, really clear understanding of exactly how your the employer is making money, it's going to be really hard for you to get a raise, get a promotion, get hired on. Because ultimately what you're trying to do is you're trying to add value to the business. You're trying to add value. How can I add value? So for my staff, Carolina and Alicia, in their mind, how can I add value to Matt? Because I'm their employer, right? The more value that they add to me, the more the more leverage they have as far as like asking for raises, getting promotions. If a staff member like goes above and beyond, goes out of their way, maybe takes on a little bit of risk by spending their own money, spending $200 on a course regarding Facebook ads or something. They really like spend time like developing a skill set, and they try it out and test it and practice and don't quit, and they really develop into where they have a skill set, and now they're actually driving traffic and they're generating leads, and we're converting those into customers. And you know how to generate that and to do that with Facebook, just as an example. Heck, now you're going to come to me and ask for a raise or ask for, like, of course, because you're generating business. You actually understand how I make money. Or if you have some ideas utilizing technology on ways that we can connect better with the customers and my retention numbers go up, right? So right now I'm like at 85% retention. That's currently my retention numbers for my Allstate book of business. But you have some things you implement and our retention's able to go up to like 90%. Well, of course, right? Because you're adding value, like massive value. You understand how I make money and you're adding value to me. So you got to think about that. You got to, like, this is what I teach my kids as well. Like, whatever business you want to go work for, like, before you just fill out your resume and go get a job there or apply, you have to like ask yourself, okay, what is it? Like, how exactly? I need to have a really clear understanding of exactly how they make money. And then I need to find ways in which I have the skill sets or the ability to plug in and to contribute to that. And I know that if you do that, that the promotions and the raises and the money will come. Just in closing, I would just close with this. I kind of alluded to it before, but I mentioned the word risk. Like, you have to have a little bit of risk tolerance. If you're making $2,000 to $3,000 a month, that's low risk, right? For some people, that's a lot of money. For other people, that's not a lot of money. But if you're replaceable, if what you do, if the skill sets that you have, if you think, man, somebody else could just walk in off the streets and within a week or two, they could totally do what I'm doing, you're not going to be able to get raises and promotions. You have to be able to develop skills and add value that's unique and that's specialized. And with risk, the only way to do that a lot of times is to spend your own money, stay up late, practice, study. Like, if you're only willing to do work when you're on the clock, you're not putting a lot of risk into it. And so it's going to reflect in the income that you have. For me, like, the only way I was like, I was making $3,000 for years. And I'm like, how do I get to double that to $6,000 or maybe to $10,000? The only way, if I was still working, I worked for another Allstate agent for 3.5 years. I worked for him and it was great, but I couldn't make any more money because I didn't have any risk. I didn't put any money into his agency. I wasn't putting my own money into, I was selling I was really successful and I was helping him, but there was no risk on my part. And so therefore my paycheck was the same. When I started my own agency, tons and tons of risk. And now my income's a lot higher. Now, it doesn't have to be something so extreme as starting your own business, but my point is you have to put a little bit of risk in the game in order to get to the next level, if that's what you want. If you don't want that, if you'd rather just be like, I'd rather go to work, clock in, clock out, go home, watch TV, and just do my thing, and that's totally fine. But if you're interested in making more money and you want to make $8,000, $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, you have to find out, okay, how do I add value to my employer? And the first step, and I'll end on this, I'll keep it short and we'll keep making more videos to expound upon this principle. But you have to know before you go job interview with somebody, before you ask for a raise, you have to know exactly how do they make money and what can I do? What skills can I develop that would help add more value to my employer to help them generate more money? Okay. Sounds simple, and yet it's like rarely ever done. So in closing, I would also ask you guys, I actually have 105 subscribers, which is cool. I'm not going to post all these videos. I'm start making videos really quite regularly, and they're not all going to have to do with insurance. This has nothing really to do with you being an Allstate insurance customer, right? But I really want to just keep making videos and just adding content and experiences that I've had, not just in business, in my body and nutrition and health, things that I've learned, in my family relationships, all kinds, spirituality, all kinds of things that I've learned in life that have been really beneficial to me. I want to share those. So if you subscribe, then you'll know when I post a video, because for every like 5 or 10 videos that I create, only one of them I'm actually going to send out to all my Allstate customers. So you're going to miss a vast majority of the videos if you enjoy watching them. So hopefully this was valuable to you, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Adios.